Hey YouTube friends, we're the Dead Talkers, and I'm Wendy,
Annalie,
Patricia,
and Beverly.
and if you've been following us for a little bit, you guys know that Beverly, she's kind of a guest host person with us today, so please welcome her. She is a huge fan of TWD as well, The Walking Dead. So we decided that kind of throughout our episodes we'll have different guest people coming on, right? So this is Beverly, so we're really happy to have her.
Thank you.
Today we're going to be discussing episode 7 titled Heads Up. And this, I think, was a very anticipated episode, right? As
Yes.
is episode 8, but so was this one. So anyways, what did you guys think about this week's episode?
well,
Wait! If you have not seen this episode, spoiler alerts, okay? We will be discussing everything that occurs in this episode. So if you have not seen it, don't forget to stop this video right now and subscribe and come back to us later if you're not already subscribed, or just, come back to us later if you are subscribed. So anyways, okay, resume.
And a lot happened.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So resume. So what did you guys think?
Great, because now we know
yeah.
what happened.
Well, I mean,
That
we
Glenn's
know.
alive, but I mean, now we know for sure.
Yeah.
We know for sure. We
Yeah.
kind of knew it, but now we know for sure.
And I guess because I said that they would have to make me believe it, and I guess that's plausible. He could have shimmied under the garbage, and
Which is kind of what we
Yeah.
assumed would
So
happen.
I mean, they made me believe it for the most part, so I'm
gonna
okay
just-
with it.
Can I say what I'm thinking
Please
about?
do.
Of course.
That
Yes.
one too.
Yes.
Okay, so they show that, what's his name again? The guy that died on top of him?
Nicholas.
Yeah, Nicholas. So he's laying, his torso is on top of Glenn, and of course
Face
the
up.
walkers are eating his intestines, and he's just laying under there, and then shimmies under the trash can. But his legs are completely exposed to the walkers. They could have just accidentally, taken a piece out of his leg at some point, because
Yeah.
it seems like that would be, not a good place, especially when he starts to shimmy under the trash can, because the movement attracts them, just like we see
Right.
them continue to go after him once he successfully gets under the trash can. But I mean, it's a show too, and you have to,
Yeah, you kinda.
you can't be that.
Yeah, maybe they weren't. They were so busy, eating Nicholas that maybe they didn't
They-
notice.
I guess. I mean, we knew that was
Yeah.
going to be the scenario. We knew that was kind of what happened. We knew that that was Nicholas who was getting his intestines,
Yeah.
right? Because we talked about in our earlier video that we would assume that Glenn would have blood and stuff coming
Yeah.
out of his mouth if
Yeah.
it really were him. So, I mean, I think that was expected. Also, what about my part about the can? Did you guys
Yeah.
notice?
Oh, yes.
Can we bring that up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we were kind of like talking about what started the walkers moving, and this is what I assume. So you guys let me know what you think. But at the very beginning they show kind of like a close up around the whole Glenn situation of a can rolling on the ground, and so later when Enid is there, and we'll talk about that in a moment, it also showed in her room open cans that she had been eating out of. So I assumed that Enid had thrown a can out there during the whole feasting, and that's kind of what distracted them from that situation.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So
Yeah.
Well, there is clearly the can rolling, and at that point,
They
all
turn,
the
they start
walkers
to
are
turn
turning.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
it
so that-
makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's what I
It
mean.
does.
Even though we didn't hear the can being thrown, but
Yeah, it does. It makes sense. I just like the way they opened up with the Glenn,
yeah.
They,
Like, they just got right
from the
into
beginning,
it.
they said, okay,
Yeah.
here, he's alive, here's how he did it. So,
Yes.
no more discussion, no more wondering.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's done and done.
Yeah.
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 And I don't even feel like it was like the major part of the episode. Like I feel like it's
No.
kind of very anticlimactic.
But you know what? It's because we knew.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why.
Well, we knew, but we didn't really know. Because I think
Yeah.
one of the things that I was thinking was, well, even if he survived and he got up from that attack of zombies, there was somebody right behind there that was gonna like
Get
get
him.
behind him and grab him, and we think, oh, he's alive.
And then,
And I think for the next several episodes, I'm
That
gonna be
would've been
thinking,
funny.
oh, he's alive. Well,
he's
no,
coming.
he's dead.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna feel like that's coming for the rest of the
Well, we
season.
felt
Yeah.
like Glenn's been on the
Yeah.
chopping
Yeah,
block
yeah,
for a
yeah.
while. We just didn't know when. So this was kind of like,
Yeah.
is it? Is it not?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely possible that he's gonna get it.
It was sort of like the Beth thing, where finally Maggie's gonna get to see Beth, and
Oh,
she's been missing
yeah.
all these weeks, all these
Yeah,
months,
yeah,
and
yeah.
we're so excited they finally found Beth, and she's coming
Yeah.
home
Yeah.
alive,
And
and
then
boom,
shot
and then
boom.
she's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially because, like, here's Maggie waiting for him, and she's pregnant. and,
right.
You know, they're gonna do something to
And he's
just
still
rip our
not
hearts
home.
out.
He's
No,
just
he's not.
he's not there yet, and
He's
something
not.
bad's gonna happen.
So what do y'all think about Enid being there? Did we think we were gonna see Enid?
I
in
mean,
that?
I figured at some point, because I know that, you know, Carl and, what's his name?
Ron.
Ugh. Were,
Nobody likes Ron.
I felt for him for a tiny bit,
Yeah,
and
we
that's
did.
done.
Yeah.
So anyway, I figured at some point we would come across her again, because they were looking for her.
Yeah, but not.
Or wondering where she was, but I didn't think it would be like this.
Yeah, with
So-
Glenn, yeah.
And she would just,
I wasn't expecting her to be that teenagey.
yeah, she was very much a teenager.
Yeah.
I mean,
Not that there's anything wrong if we have any teenage viewers. We were teenagers once, but you know,
and we were wrong then.
teenagers can be a little sassy.
Yes,
She
they
was
can.
sassy.
And she was sassy.
See, I just didn't understand what her end game was. What was her plan? You know, Glenn was gonna go back with her. Like, what did she plan for herself? Was she gonna stay in that store or
Yeah.
whatever that was forever? Or I just didn't get what her plan was.
Yeah.
And is it,
I think she was kind of saying a little bit later on that she thought they were dead. The whole town was dead. So
Oh, so that's why
the
she.
point.
if
Yeah.
everybody's already, the
Yeah.
zombies have come into
Yeah.
town and everybody's gonna end up dead there. Like she
So-
was even saying Maggie's dead, everybody's
Yeah.
dead. So
Yeah.
So yeah. Well,
yeah,
I mean,
she
I
was
can
ready
see-
to go on without them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can see how.
What
you
kind of
know,
disorder is that?
survive. What is it?
Reactive attachment.
That's one of them.
Yeah.
Well, her mantra, you know, just survive somehow.
Just-
So,
and
however,
that's the way
even
that
if
she's
it's by
been
yourself.
surviving.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
At least she's eating canned food and not turtles.
Well, it's not eating turtles, it's raw turtles out
turtles,
the shell. That
raw
was there.
turtles.
Yeah, that was kind of the.
All over.
Protein is protein. I say it.
But if it was riddled in salmonella.
Oh.
Okay.
But anywho, but and Enid also, I don't know, she's not in the comic, but I think that she is the substitute for Sophia in the comic because Sophia's alive in the comic. So I'm just trying to figure out what her role is in all of this.
Was
you know?
Sophia sassy in the comics?
No, not really.
They're just making
Can you put that kind of sassiness in the comic?
Oh yeah,
I would
can.
think you
Yeah.
could.
Yeah.
Yes.
Carl was very.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Speaking of Carl, somebody had said that maybe Carl's number's coming up soon. Here's Ron, he's got a gun, he has bullets.
Well, I've been feeling that way. At least he's gonna try.
Well, see, because I read the comic, I know, but I'm not going to spoil. But there's
Yeah, don't spoil
something
for us.
coming. There's something coming. For
Carl's already been shot once, so you know
Yeah.
Matt Dillon was shot how many 20 times in Gunsmoke. So maybe Carl's
yeah.
gonna go that way too. You know, shoot Carl in this season, shoot Carl
And they
again
have
that
the
season.
doctor lady. So
Yes, she may
Chloe.
have to. She may have to.
But she
say
had
her
to
name.
read Denise Cloyd.
Yeah, she'd have to read
But
up
she'd
on
have
it.
to read. And
Oh,
figure out
she's
how
been
to-
reading. She's been reading.
She had her
She's
cheat
practicing.
sheet.
She's
yeah,
practicing on that
yeah.
one guy. Let's see if he lives, right?
Mhm. So how do we feel about Morgan and his talk with the Rick and Carol and Sean?
Well, I felt like he was a little boy in timeout.
Yeah, yes, like he was in
He's in
trouble.
trouble.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that he was in trouble.
Right.
Mhm.
And they're all sitting there.
Yes.
But that's
Yeah.
like the
And then
group
Carol
report.
followed him.
Oh yeah, and she snitched on him,
She
told
knows.
Rick about him.
because she hasn't been
not
very
killing.
trusting of him since he's been there, right?
Well, that's what I like about Carol. She pays attention.
Yeah.
She watches, she
yeah.
listens, she
Yeah.
kind of quietly moves around.
But
Paying
when she has the
attention.
baby.
With the baby. Oh, hold this baby. Oh, by the way, I don't know if it creeped you out, but when she handed that baby to Jesse, all I could think was, oh my gosh, that scary kid upstairs who wants to kill people.
Oh, see, I was thinking that Ron was gonna kill Judith.
No one's killing Judith.
I was like, oh my gosh, Ron's gonna kill
Sam,
Judith.
isn't it Sam?
Yeah.
Sam's the creepy boy.
Ron don't have beef
Upstairs.
with Judith.
Just to
Creepy
hurt
boy.
Rick and Carl.
No,
Right?
I don't
he's
think
scary.
he'll go that way. He wouldn't
I don't
kill
know.
Judith. I don't think anyone's murdering Judith.
No, but something could happen.
And how they addressed
Sam he's too scared to even come downstairs.
But Carol told him,
About the
you gotta
monster.
kill to live.
Yeah.
Yeah, the monsters
Yeah.
So
gotta
watch him
kill,
now, like,
So you
kill
gotta
everyone.
kill everyone.
Yeah, I guess he may have.
And I think he has a history in the movies of being creepy.
He does. He was in American Horror
He's
Story.
the actor.
How they addressed the change of baby Judith, which I was freaking out about a couple videos ago, because they obviously changed the baby, and how who was it that said Maggie? Oh, that she's starting to look like Lori now.
And she should have
Yes.
said like Shane.
Like,
Yeah.
because we all know that's Shane's baby.
That's Shane's baby.
Well, what we know she didn't say was like Rick.
Yeah.
Right.
But I feel like it's addressing the fact that, like, yeah, this is a new baby, and
baby-
she
her
looks
face
different
is
because she's looking like Lori.
Yeah, yeah.
So I kind of giggled to myself.
But anyway, back to Morgan.
Morgan.
But when they were at the table, I thought he made a good point, though. You know, when he was saying, how do you choose what is right anymore?
Yeah.
You know, even though obviously we know you gotta kill. But I mean, I see his point. You know,
And he was saying how everybody in that room
he had changed. That's why he
So-
knows that people can change because everybody in there had changed. And what would have happened if, you know, Rick had killed him and he wasn't there, and maybe the wolves wouldn't have, you know, the whole chain of reaction of events that could happen. So you
Well,
just never know.
It's that whole thing of when you change one thing, there's a domino effect,
Right.
and then all these other things change. And
Right.
the problem with Morgan is he keeps giving them an opportunity to change by releasing them back into the wild, which means then they come back to kill people later.
That's
How are
right,
they
because
gonna
he didn't get released and get
Right.
better.
Yeah.
Right.
He was worked on, and
Yes.
it took time and
Right.
effort.
So just letting
Right, a
them go, leaving them
psychiatrist.
in a car, for instance, he beats the guys up and leaves them in a car. You know, it's like,
Somebody who has
well, then they're gonna go
mental health
kill
training.
other people.
So, yeah, but he's gonna have to deal with that because even Rick was saying, you know, how, you think you really can do this without getting blood on your hands? But one thing that I thought was very telling, I guess, he said he did want to kill them. He said he did,
Yeah.
but he didn't because you
It was
know,
a choice.
Yeah, he said he
It
really,
wasn't
really did, and he
automatic.
understood. Yeah, they're gonna go and do whatever, and he did want to kill him, but he didn't. So, yeah.
No.
But anywho, so Rosita got some time.
She did, and she was she was sassy too.
She's on her way out. Every time they give somebody on the edges more time, it's sort of like Star Trek where if you're wearing the red shirt, you're dead.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, they're giving Abraham a lot more time, they're giving Rosita a lot more time, and I think Abraham's going next. But that's just me. I mean, it could be that it'll be a lot of close calls with him, sort of like Glenn. Maybe there'll be several close calls for several, like Tara.
Well, they have been
Almost
working
fell
on
in
that.
They sure have been doing that, and they're working up to the season finale or something.
Which
like
is
that.
why we love this show. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly,
It always has
It's-
us on the edge of our seat.
you're on the edge of the seat, you know, you got the white knuckles. You're like, oh, no, look behind you, look behind you. Of course, they never look.
No,
And
they
chomp.
don't. They don't.
Yeah.
But
Although I still don't want to be Rosita. I don't care if she was more sassy this
she
episode.
was. But you know what? I didn't really believe her dialogue.
No.
It's like,
I was looking at her like, well, y'all already know I'm not a fan of her. So
for no reason in particular.
because
Well, she doesn't have much of a role, and they haven't really
No.
given her any
Purpose.
teeth,
Yeah.
right, or purpose.
Yeah.
She doesn't have a connection to another character that we love, so she's kind of like. because really with the Abraham, after the whole thing that happened with Mr. Science, you know, with knocking him out and him spending the day on the ground.
Oh, you mean Eugene? Oh,
Eugene,
yes.
Mr. Science.
I think he's, you know, been one of my lesser favorites. He's getting a little better now that he's brightening up some, but he's not so
Not going through that.
negative,
whatever.
nasty, bite me, kill me.
Yeah.
That's sort of like he just got past that. That's the funny thing about the characters is sometimes they'll be one way and then they take a
Yeah.
turn. And it's like, no, I like them.
Yeah.
I hated that character. No,
Yeah.
I like that character.
That just made me think of, and now I can't think of the pastor's name.
Gabriel?
Gabriel,
Yeah.
thank you.
Oh, that.
That was one of the funniest moments I've ever seen.
Yes.
He's putting his flyers on for his prayer meeting, and then
absolutely
we
love that.
walk by and Rick just carries him.
And the thing of it is, he didn't even do it while the man was standing right there when he did it, and he didn't even look back. Rick
Awesome.
hates
Awesome.
Gabriel. He hates
reminds
the
me
man with his
of-
passion.
It reminds me of a meeting. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I want to help. Anyone else? No. Anyone else?
But
Yeah,
he
I love that too.
hates Gay. I mean, he hates him. Even Carl was saying, "Dad,"
Yeah.
you know, he hates Gabriel. And I'm gonna,
Yeah.
and I guess Gabriel
Yes.
have not talked with. Cause you know, Carl was saying, you know, you need to tell them. You need to talk to the group. I'm assuming that he hasn't done that because Rick despises and loathes Gabriel.
I'm not even sure if Gabriel can say anything right now
I think he
that
can.
Rick would be
Okay.
okay with. I mean,
Okay,
he'd
is there
still just
anyone
look at
in
him
this
and-
room right now who would want Gabriel to live?
I wouldn't care if he died.
Yeah.
I have no care about him one way or the other.
Exactly.
I'm okay with that one.
None of
Yeah.
us like it.
Yeah.
But I thought it was funny when he turned right back around and was
And
like,
put it back up.
Well, like I said before, Gabriel's like turning a corner, but he's very slow.
Yeah, he's not. He's nowhere near where
He's
would
starting
be.
to try to do
what
some
happened
positive
to him taking his little thing off and now he's all
Because
that's
he's
his
redeemed.
so-
He's, you know, got healing.
And he's got new people
He
now
changed.
following him
Yeah.
in Alexandria that are actually going to his prayer
Oh,
meetings
yeah.
and such.
Right. Well, we'll see what happens next week.
Yeah.
So
When
like
they
a
need some
Catholic
saving.
turning into a Protestant or a Protestant turning into a Catholic. Okay, I believe this, and then all these horrible things happened, and I was terrible. Now I believe that.
Yeah.
So he's kind of doing that. He's making a big
Yeah.
change,
Yeah.
which, you know, because he's afraid and he's always doing dumb things, I think he's still going to get more people killed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm saying. When
And it could be one of our
Comes.
favorite characters, right?
But it's not just him. It's also Eugene. He's still afraid.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know.
and he walked away from that whole.
Yeah. He just said, "Okay, I'm out."
Yeah.
He
Like, I
just
can
walked
do it.
off. But even though he's had his moments, he's had some flickers of bravery
Oh, with
here and
Tara.
there. Yeah, because he loves her. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Does he loves her?
Yes, he does.
I think he really
think
loves
he
her.
really
I don't
is
know.
a
I
super
don't think
crush.
You think romantic?
That's what I was thinking.
Oh, okay.
Maybe it was
Well, maybe
romantic.
And she told him early on, she said, I'm into girls.
Right.
And it didn't put him off a bit. He's still been
Oh,
pursuing
okay.
that relationship.
Okay.
Yeah, he
I know
likes
he
her.
cared about. I didn't know that it was like romantic love. But well,
Well, he's a geek.
yeah.
He's Mr. Science, so he doesn't really know how to approach girls, and he doesn't know how to communicate with girls, and he doesn't know how to be romantic.
Right. Right.
So some of the things he does, where she's teasing him about his hair, it's kind of like, I think that really gets him.
yeah,
going.
that's,
It's
he
like,
likes.
oh,
She likes me.
She likes me, but she's just being silly. She
Yeah.
doesn't
If he's
really.
being mean to you, he likes you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Which is a lie.
Yes.
Don't fall for that.
Yeah. But oh, Glenn saw Walker David.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes.
I saw
And
that
then,
from
let's
him.
what?
You know, David, the Walker that
Going back to his
Michonne-
wife.
Oh,
yeah, that
yeah.
Betsy's
Betsy.
husband.
That said that he wrote the
And he
letter.
got the note.
Yeah,
he
he
picked it
picked
up.
the note up.
Remember, I was like, oh, that's sad.
And it again goes to, why didn't they just kill him before?
Yeah,
he
so he
got
wouldn't
eaten alive? He
turn.
wouldn't.
Yeah.
What?
That
Just makes no
Yeah,
sense
made me
whatsoever.
angry.
Yeah.
Ugh.
He turned.
Yeah.
And it seems as though Rick is still separate, and it seems like Michonne is trying to get him to buy into the community, because
Yeah.
he's saying things like them and us,
Well,
yes, he
he is very
But there's a
separate.
good reason for that, because us are people who know how to survive and fight for each other and for ourselves as a team. Them are these weak people who've never had to fight or help. And watching them with the sword practice,
That was
Oh my
crazy.
God.
I was like, please don't send me out there with any of those people because I would end up being
It was
eaten.
very awkward,
Yeah.
the way they were handling the
So-
weapons.
Even Jesse, you know, they're all just like, you know,
Mhm.
Yeah.
kind of like, I don't
Yeah,
know.
like they're just waiting to be eaten, and I get
Yeah.
that, but he should. I don't know that he should be saying it out loud.
He's saying don't put your life in their hands.
Because they're
That's
gonna
all
be
he's
dead
saying.
anyway.
Yeah.
Well, don't
You
try to
put-
save them either, because they're gonna be dead anyway.
Well,
don't
he said
risk your
it
life.
during the scene with Tara when,
Oh yeah,
what's his name?
Yeah, when Spencer.
Spencer.
did that ridiculous move.
Yeah.
Spencer, does anybody know what's going on with that guy? I mean, really, he's
Well, he.
bizarre.
Yeah.
He's 1 minute, I'm going out to do something great. And the next
Uh-huh.
minute,
I'm drinking alcohol.
I'm drinking
Yeah.
beef.
And then
Yeah.
he's trying to
Stealing
do it.
Stealing food. He's like really messed up.
Yeah, he is.
Well, and he was gonna go. He was told to hide because he was
Oh
so
yeah, because
ridiculous.
Morgan said you need to.
But then he's gonna try to get on this rope and
try to go.
try to. Come on now.
Yeah,
I
don't
you're
know.
right. He's very.
Yeah,
He's
I don't
all
know.
over the place, and I don't know what they're trying to do with his character. But
So Ron is up to some mess.
Oh.
What do y'all think about when Rick was trying to teach him how to shoot?
And Carl kept.
Chama, see, I
I'd
was
give,
mad
him,
at
I'd give him a knife or a machete, but I would not give
Give
that
him a
kid a gun.
gun.
I mean, Rick must know.
He's got to have some idea, and I think
Has
he
to.
did. And
Rick
that's why
has
he
good
wouldn't-
instincts. So
Yeah.
he gave him an empty gun, but still,
Yeah.
why would you give somebody who's erratic and angry
Yeah.
and
And
why
he
would
that
you do
shoving.
And
Right.
especially, you know,
With,
this kid is like
Carl.
pissed off at you because of what happened with his dad.
Right.
Like you think all of a sudden
He's changed.
he's like, oh, you're great, and I want you to teach me
yeah,
everything.
no.
No, it's
But-
not gonna happen.
And,
No.
and the way he was looking at Carl every time Carl opened his mouth.
Oh yeah, he was.
But I was mad at
there.
Carl.
Yes.
I'm like, shut up, stop talking.
I'm surprised
stop
he didn't get
adding to
shot
it.
right then.
he didn't have bullets.
He would have.
Yeah, that was just annoying.
But I was mad. I was like, Carl, stop. Just,
Ugh.
stop. You,
He was provoking.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. But I know he didn't mean it as a provoke. He was sincerely being helpful.
But
No.
Carl hasn't been around many other kids his age.
Yeah.
So he says a lot of inappropriate stuff.
Yeah, he didn't,
I mean,
he didn't
things
realize.
that
Appropriately
you-
socialized.
Yeah.
No,
But
no.
not with kids.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
He was so little when this all started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's only been with.
Little cute
Well,
guy.
technically, it's only been.
How many years?
We said maybe 2, at least a year and a half.
Oh, it's got to be more than 2.
It just feels
Well,
like.
we're going by.
Carl's.
Well,
Yeah.
but we're going by Judith then. When she was pregnant, Laura was pregnant in like 3 months after they were
Yeah.
at the what do you call it?
The jail?
Yeah, no, the farm.
Oh yeah.
And then 9 months, let's say 9 months later, they're at the jail. Or even after the farm, and then you count 9 months because that's how long Michonne and Andre were together.
Right.
So 18, that's what, maybe 18 months, maybe a couple more months, maybe.
I guess you're right. It just seems
Judith,
like
yeah.
she thought
Yeah,
so
when you
long
look
Yeah,
time.
it does seem like
They
when
hop
you look
around.
at
Carl,
Well, I
you're
guess they
like,
can't replace Carl.
No, they
with
can't.
Judith.
They
we would
can't.
notice. I think.
They can't.
Oh.
Does the actor have a younger brother?
Yeah, it looks exactly like him.
Probably not, because that's the only way that would have worked.
Yeah.
Right.
So what else went on? Morgan, well, he went to try to get, see, this is okay, Morgan, now you're crossing the line now. Because you're trying to get medical care
Yeah.
for the wall.
And being
Trying
sneaky
to
about
get-
it.
Yeah, lying. No, don't do that, Morgan.
And here comes Carol.
And getting somebody else involved.
Yeah.
Not a good plan.
Not good at all. I was like, Morgan, come on now.
And
don't do
someone
that.
who, like her, is going to be so vulnerable to get hurt
Oh, yeah,
by
he
somebody
would
like
kill her.
the wolf.
The wolf would kill her.
Yeah, trying to help him, and
Yeah.
she get.
Oh, I know.
Dead that
I
way.
like her.
Yeah. Denise.
Or is she in the comics still? Is she? Okay?
Yeah, Cloyd isn't. Oh, well, okay, I can't.
I'm sorry.
That character,
Yeah,
that
there.
character is in the comic.
Why
yeah.
do I ask?
Wow.
But
Oh, Ron stole bullets. We didn't talk about that, where he snuck into
oh yeah,
that.
because he's trailing behind
Yeah.
to do whatever dirty, messy business he plans on doing. So what about the green balloons?
Oh yeah.
I think that was a neat idea because I wasn't even thinking they were going to do that with the balloons.
I kept being like, why don't you do that? Like in my head.
But didn't Enid say though that the balloons were to
I
Distract.
thought to distract,
the zombies and get them to go a different direction? So
Yeah, that's what I thought.
if you
they
let
were
them
gonna-
go and they're floating away,
But
that's
there's
not
more
gonna,
balloons.
But are they?
they're all spread out though. And her walking up on a helium tank in the woods, how did she know where the helium
Oh, he
was?
told her. Glenn told
They're
her.
the ones who put the
Oh.
Yeah,
balloons
Glenn
out
told
I
her.
totally missed that.
when they
I
were
was like,
trying to
what?
hurt.
Yeah.
When they were
Yeah,
trying to
Glenn told her.
when they were trying to
Okay.
hurt the walkers.
Yeah.
Remember they
Okay.
had orange, green. You
Yes.
know.
Yes.
So yeah,
Glenn told her about
because
that.
they did all that.
And Glenn, I guess her, Enid and Glenn were, I guess, having some sort of building a relationship. And I think, and that's why
he
I
was
think,
trying.
well, I mean, as much as you can with a teenage girl who watched her parents being murdered in front of her.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Eats turtles.
yes, raw turtles.
Raw.
But, and I think that's why I think she's taken over the character of Sophia in the comic because Glenn and Maggie kind of adopted Sophia in the comic. So I'm thinking maybe that's kind of where they're going because he asked her,
Oh.
like, who was she living with, you know,
Right.
and all of that. So I'm thinking maybe they're
Oh, I
going to
could
take an
see that.
interest in
And
her.
then she's like, we don't have to talk.
Yeah. And she said it twice, just stop, you know,
Stop it now.
just stop talking. So, yeah.
Well, because he was trying to get in there.
Yeah,
And she don't want
she
to talk
wanna
about
get
that.
in there. I mean, she watched her parents being murdered and ripped to pieces. I don't even know how you come back from that as an adult,
Yeah.
let
So
alone
as a
you know,
child.
a kid.
Right.
And then having to survive out there. Because she was by herself for a
Yeah,
while.
for-
She survived very well though.
Yeah, she did.
She focused on just surviving.
Just survived.
And what's
her.
nice about Enid and her character, I think, is that there's so many things they can do with a teenage girl in
Yeah.
a place like this. And I think she'll be around for a while because
She might.
yeah, she's
Hmm,
got
she
some
might.
interesting things.
But what else? What else happened?
Oh, so Deanna came all excited to
Oh.
Rick and Michonne with
The
her
expansion,
plans
yeah.
for the expansion and was all excited about it. And I felt like they were just looking at her like she was crazy.
Well, Rick
Well,
for sure was seemed irritated
Michelle
that she's
was
worried
well,
about that.
Because a lot of her plans looked like what they had at the prison with the garden and it all set out. So I'm sure Rick is thinking, well, that can't happen because we already tried that and it
That
didn't
did not
work. So he's going to blow that off. I mean, Rick's more in how do you survive?
Yeah, he's
right
like,
now.
well, we got bigger fish to fry. You know, we got
Right.
how many thousands of zombies.
No, Michonne sat down and looked at
Oh
the
yeah, she was looking
plans.
at it.
Did you
She's
guys see
the
it?
positive. She always has a real
Yeah,
positive, and
she
she
was
always
trying to
goes
be
to
okay.
Rick and says, "Oh, think about this.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Think about this some more." And I think she has a lot of influence with him.
She does.
I kept thinking though that is there something in those plans that's exciting? Like I wanted to see and
There
catch something.
is. There
What-
is.
What is it?
It's the Latin that she wrote on there. It said something like, "Be strong, and good will come."
Wow. I didn't.
Stay
Yeah,
strong.
I was like, I
Something
kept trying to see what,
Novus
what is so
Valor.
different, what is so exciting about these.
Uh-huh.
She
plans?
wrote.
That made her.
If you look up I looked up the translation, but I don't remember it.
Oh.
But it was like Novus Valum something. But what it meant when I looked it up was that be strong, get through this hard time, and
Oh,
something
okay.
great is going to happen.
I like it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's neat.
So she's staying strong. She lost her husband and
And her
and
child.
her son, so she's wanting to move forward. And Rick's not to the move forward place yet. He's still in
He's at survival.
survive.
Yeah.
Like she's like, look, we have plans. We can plant a garden. He's like,
Did you see
Let's
what's
survive.
outside?
Let's try to survive this
Yeah.
first.
Yeah.
And then we'll go
we
forward.
may not be here next week
Yeah, did
or
you see
tomorrow.
what's out the door?
Just like we talked about how the structure that ends up falling, how they didn't see that coming at all.
Like hear it.
Like,
Oh, hear it more so.
Yeah, well,
Hear
yeah,
it, yeah.
yeah, but kind of,
Because I mean,
you know.
it makes a pretty loud creak as it's moving.
Yeah.
And if they're seeing the fence kind of
Bowing
moving a little
out.
bit and kind of pushing, you would think, hello, they're pushing against that too.
No one probably was paying attention. You know, because And I think
Especially the ones that are up there
I think
on
Rick
watch.
and Tobin were up there fortifying this other
Mhm.
part of the wall, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like, really? Yeah. I feel like they just overlooked it.
Yeah.
And that's not typical of them to overlook, I feel.
Because Rick checks the perimeter all the time.
Yeah.
You know, I would have thought that he would have.
I mean, he noticed the little hole with blood coming,
Yeah.
you know? I don't know.
And I was, where that blood come? What was that?
That's from them pushing up against.
Oh, that's okay, and they're just
Zombie blood.
mashing themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, was there anything? Well, obviously the wall tumbling down. That's not gonna be good.
No.
No.
No, but it's the mid-season finale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mid-season
Yeah.
finale,
It's gonna
which
be a good
means
one.
it's going to be a lot of crazy activity, and you
Yes.
won't be able to keep up, and
Yeah. You'll have to watch it at least
it'll
twice.
leave us hanging. Yeah.
And one thing we have to think about that there are, you know, Glenn is still out there, Enid is out there, you got Sasha and Abraham
And
Daryl
Daryl.
out there. So you got people coming, you
Daryl's
know,
out there.
like that's like the majority of the fighting force.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right.
So I don't know how that's gonna look for the folks inside, but at some point, I mean, I'm assuming they're gonna be coming in as the
Mhm.
thing starts happening.
Isn't there like a backside to?
To-
I mean, I know the zombies are. I mean, are they all around the whole thing,
Yes.
or just on
I
that?
think they're
this
just
side?
right at that.
Like, why
No,
don't
I
they?
think they're around. Didn't they show an aerial? It seems like they showed like from above at some point where they were all around them.
Oh, really?
I would think
Oh,
that they
I
would
didn't
have
see
to be,
that.
otherwise, because
Why
the
don't they
question
just
was
get out?
How to
how
get
do
out?
you get
They could have
out?
gotten out the back.
And the only
Oh yeah, that's
Oh,
right. That's
oh,
right.
and then we talked about
The
we talked about the
tunnel.
tunnel. Why hasn't anybody told Rick and
About the tunnel.
everybody about the tunnel that you can get out?
But the tunnel wasn't really successful though, because even if you go to the
Oh,
tunnel,
there was space
There was
to
still,
get out.
but there was
There were still zombies around.
there were
but-
zombies, but it wasn't right on the wall, so that would still give you the
yeah.
being outside of the walls to get an opportunity to get them.
And the question I always have is, why don't they just smear zombie
Yeah.
blood all over them?
It worked for Michelle.
and walk right
it worked
out,
for Carol.
moving to the, you
You
know,
can-
walking past them. Yeah.
Why do they never think of
I
that?
think that's just too
Yeah,
easy.
that's too easy.
I think we pretty much covered most of it. Let us know what you guys think about this week's episode. Any comments? Any, like, you know, what are you expecting for next week's episode? I mean, anything like that, let us know. Comment below. Don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't done so. And thank you, Beverly, for
Thanks for
joining
having me.
us.
This was fun.
So, yay, Beverly. And
Thank you.
thank you for joining us. So we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.